What's up, Cowboy Nation? Really appreciate everybody for tuning in. Everybody know it's game day, and we got to figure out a way to win for the culture, right? Nevertheless, we got to understand that this team is this team, and it is ran and operated through the hands of Jerry Jones. That's the reality of it. Let's listen in to Jerry Jones. Let's see what he have to say about everything. Let's listen in to 105.3 The Fan.
Jerry, we know you watch every other football game that's on. I assume that was both games last night. Cowboy fans say, hey, you know what? Washington, they got a first-year head coach, injury at quarterback. The Giants, they got a first-year head coach, injury at quarterback, and they're at the top of the division with 5 wins, and we have 3 here in DFW. What do you say to that fan, Jerry, as to explaining the differences between where you guys are and where those other teams are with some similar issues?
Oh, I think that's a fair approach to look at it because have they incurred setbacks, injury? Have they gotten to be with their they made those, obviously made changes when they came in to their various organizations. I don't know how you could line them up and make a better, fairer comparison. And, of course, nobody's setting the world on fire here. And they are up on us a couple of games, but we all know that we'd like to have played better. And so I think that's a fair comparison. I don't believe any one of them would basically use that as an excuse. But the teams that are going with the coaching staffs and the philosophies that they have been able to go with over the last few years, the teams that could stay with that and did stay with it into this season certainly are taking advantage of that. That doesn't mean you can't have one of these other teams that could win this whole thing. But, no, I think it's something to look at, and it's something to look at how they compare.
Good conversation with Jerry on that aspect of it. You can't use excuses for this. This is a no excuse business. Now, he is lamenting the fact that teams that pretty much stay with their original staff, like the continuity, those are the teams that perform well, and we can probably go line by line on that. Nevertheless, this is still a no excuse business. This is still a situation where we will have to look at it and say to ourselves, okay, but you selected Mike McCarthy. You can't slide and say, well, look at the other teams. We talking about the NFC East. Coach Judge is doing what he's doing over there in Giants land. And, of course, the other guy from the Washington team, Riverboat Run, battling through cancer, battling through a bevy of I guess you can say, injuries there. Now, they're not, like he said, they're not separating themselves like they are 11-0 or 10 and, whatever, 1 or what have you. Everybody is still within arm reach, but the reality of it is that right now we are still at the mercy seat of trying to lean on excuses. That's my thoughts from what he's saying. So we'll find out next year. We will. Let's listen to more what they have to say off of this thing.
Jerry, your coach, Mike McCarthy, has talked about the arrows down this week, the arrows up this week. Look at the NFC East and look at Washington with, is it 4 straight wins? And the Giants with 3 straight wins? Does that encourage you that the Cowboys can be arrow up, or does it discourage you because you're presently arrow down?
No, it encourages me. I think you can get it together. You can get it working. And once you start adding a few things together, then all of a sudden you start playing good football. We haven't played good football, and there's all kinds of reasons. And matter of fact, most of the reasons you don't play good football, we've managed to get in that territory.
At least he admitted, right? At least he said, hey, we're not playing good football. I love that part of it. Hey, admit when you are wrong. I love that. I love it. Let's listen to more.
And that's not a criticism. That's just where we are. But I think it's an encouraging sign, Mike, to see these teams, these new coaches, these new staffs, these new, if you will, directions that they're going, and see them playing some better football as we saw the last 2 or 3 days.
Jerry, whenever Dak's name has come up, you've kind of made some comments about the running quarterback. And I'm interested, when you're facing Lamar Jackson tonight, how did you view the Ravens offense, the evolution of the running quarterback with Lamar Jackson winning MVP, and how do you view it now with Dak's injury and whether, how much you should incorporate that into y'all's own system?
I've always handicapped to some degree Dak because of the fact that he's so effective and has been in his career. And the running game, and his ability to take it down and get the big play and get the yards. I've always known that he couldn't do that like that for long in the NFL. You can't do that. Aikman had a lot of mobility when he first came in his first couple of years.
Yep.
Boy, that stopped quickly, and we got to where we had trouble with his mobility period around the pocket. So you can't count on that. And now, when you say handicap, no, it's just a part of the game that we're not going to be able to really figure in. You look at, though, some quarterbacks that do live with it and have done good. The quarterback in Seattle is the best I've ever seen at sustaining success with his mobility. Yeah. But he sure is good at it. And he sure has gotten, if you notice him, boy, he just does not get hit with a lot of impact. Yeah. And so Dak can do that. Dak will do that, and he can evolve to where he just will take less and less hits. He has to, or we won't have him to play.
Jerry Jones speaking the truth on that. And when you think of Russell Wilson, he don't get hit a lot, like RG3 did. Remember that, Cowboy Nation and beyond? And I think that he cautiously run the ball. I'm thinking that what a lot of people are failing to realize that Aaron Rodgers used to run, and he still runs, and he get out of bounds, and he don't take those or get those big hits on him as well as Pat Mahomes. I think that running the ball is a crucial weapon for any quarterback, being able to escape and evade and elude away from the opposing threat. I think that Dak Prescott injury was a freak accident. Let me repeat. I think that Dak Prescott injury was a freak accident. And one can argue and say, well, if he stayed within the confines of the pocket there, then that injury wouldn't have occurred. Yeah, we can say that. But it was a freak accident. And I think that Dak Prescott, he will still play with that mindset that, hey, if it's a first down, if I can get it with my legs and everybody is covered down the field, then I'm going to figure out a way to get it. I believe that that's how they're going to look at this thing.
Jerry, on the radio, we always compare Dak to Carson Wentz, and he's had his struggles this year. Are the Wentz struggles after he got paid any silver lining for you guys of not having paid Dak yet? Like, we can just continue to evaluate a little bit more because a quarterback can have a big fall off after they get their lifetime money?
Well, they've, of course, came out at the same time. The comparison, let's just compare them. Both played in the Senior Bowl. We coached the Senior Bowl and Coach Wentz. And then the basic Senior Bowl staffs all agreed that they thought the best quarterback prospect down there was Dak. And and because of just the direct comparison between the two. So they've always had, and then the fact that he was the first player picked in the draft, that's always been there. It's a fair comparison all the way through. On the other hand, you see a guy that is having problems getting the most out of what he does good. His mobility has really impacted his game because of injury. And I think that if you look at it, it'd be hard to look at his early years in the NFL, Wentz I'm talking about, and not see what injury has done with him. And most of the time, it was trying to tuck it up and get some extra yards.
Mr. Jones, when Sean and RJ are here, I'm not here. This is usually the time of year they ask you, what's your favorite fruit cake or something? But I get a unique opportunity to try this on you. So I want to talk about a life. So Sean's getting married in June.
I don't care about that. Let me shoot that down. Here's the situation. He said that the evaluation that when people were able to see Dak Prescott and people were able to see Carson Wentz during the Senior Bowl, everybody leaned more towards Dak Prescott. And it just so happened that he was drafted in the 4th round, not even the first pick out of the 4th round, the second pick out of the 4th round for our Dallas Cowboys. Nevertheless, we can see that Dak Prescott separated himself from Carson. Now, I know that a lot of people are going to look at it and say, well, this season, can you count the mulligan on Carson's side? I'm hearing news and reports that now that even Jalen Hurts is going to get to start for the upcoming game for the Eagles, right? It is what it is at this point. My thing is, you guys know I'm all team Dak Prescott. We still don't know what the Joneses are going to do. Just like the statement earlier he made in this particular interview. You guys can see the full, complete interview on 105.3thefan.com. I'll try to find the link and post it down below. He was saying that, that boy, Dez Bryant is a good player. But, boy, he gave us hell, And my thing is, if you know for sure that he's a good player and pretty much he was out there on the market, why you didn't go his way? See, this team, and I'm not saying that, hey, this team would have been different if we had Dez Bryant from the start of the year or what have you. And by it being that he is now on the Ravens and we got to play against him, we're seeing and we are hearing the sell pitch of the Joneses, basically. Now, I believe in the hearts of hearts that this team, we can play hard against the Ravens. I think that we should play hard against the Ravens. I think that regardless of the injuries, I just want to see something established. Regardless of the injuries, we want to see something, whether it be a big play from Ezekiel Elliott. We want to leave the game feeling good, whether it be an interception, ball batted in the sky, and maybe Cheeto Bouzier bring it down. Maybe Randy Gregory or somebody on that front. I don't know who's all going to be playing this week or today, but we need to see something. We do. Cowboy Nation. Oh, you guys remember this right here? You feel me? You feel me? Giveaway time. I really appreciate everybody who helped support the nation. I really do, man. And what I'm going to do is we're going to do a giveaway. And it's a random giveaway. I got the names of those who contribute to the channels or what have you. And let me just pull this up. Let me slide this way so you guys can see. This is a giveaway. It's going to be a spin cycle. And this is all of the names of the people who donated to the channel. As you see your name down there below. And this is only from, I believe, November the 25th until now. So it's all of the wonderful name of the people who help support and elevate the nation. And what we're going to do in this giveaway, we're going to hit this spin button here. And I will reach out to you all or to the person that won. And you guys can help out to reach out to the person that won. And we'll see who get the feel me, cover me blanket. Like I say, if you might not get full coverage from our defense, but you can get full coverage from this deal right here. Yeah. Let's spin this wheel. And I'll reach out to you, to get your mailing address so that you can receive that blanket. Hopefully it get there before the new year. Let's go. The spinning of the wheel of truth, huh? Who we got? Marcias. Come Congratulations to Macias. So what we will do is we'll reach out to you. You have anywhere from probably a week to confirm your address, and if not, then we will spin this wheel again. I really appreciate everybody that was a part of this. Thank those who donated. Thank those who wanted to give but can't give, and thank those who liked and shared. The best thing that you can ever give back to the nation is time. Time is everything. So I will be reaching out to Marcius, and we will try to give them that blanket. That's all the time that I have for this beautiful moment. I really thank you for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. Let's go.